Take a look at this article, ladies and gentlemen. The top 10 hedge funds making bearish and bullish bets on AMC stock. As revealed in recent 13F filings, hedge funds have shifted to an overall bullish stance on AMC stock. What's going on? What do you need to know? Well, we're going to get into it here in this video. We're going to go over all of the data as well. So hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys have not done so already. It costs you nothing to do so. It's absolutely free 99. And let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. So we are obviously going to start with this article. It says AMC's short interest has risen to 11.5% of its float, marking a 38% increase from early November to December, with short sellers gaining $7.2 million in profits. Institutional investors shifted to a more bullish tone in Q3 with a remarkable 594% surge in ownership of AMC shares, reflecting optimism about the company's fundamentals. Hedge funds employ various strategies on AMC, combining bearish bets with put options and bullish positions. Here's the top 10 different positions that we are seeing. So, let's see, it says it's worth noting that there was an increase in bearish activity in AMC after the company introduced its preferred shares, its APEs, in mid-2022. A large price discrepancy between preferred and common shares led to traders to short AMC while going long on APEs. Following a substantial decline in AMC shares following the APE conversion, AMC has lost 80% since August. Selling pressure has diminished as short sellers secured their profits. AMC is now trading at discounted valuations that some market participants perceive align more closely with the company's business fundamentals. Recent Form 13F filings have revealed that third quarter Q3 saw a remarkable 594% increase in AMC share ownership. According to the data, institutional investors opened 50 new positions and increased 146 existing positions in AMC. By contrast, they closed 83 positions and reduced 19. Within the open positions, the number of total calls increased by 364% during the quarter, reaching 55,091 positions. The put-to-call ratio, previously at 3.02, now stands at 0.68. That means there was like a ridiculous over 3-to-1 ratio, 3 times as many puts for every call, and now there's about 2 calls for every 1 put. This signals a substantial reversal in stance on AMC stock among institutions. This shift reinforces optimism that the stock will resume trading based on its underlying fundamentals. Here are the top 10 funds currently betting against AMC through put option contracts. You can see Sequoia International Group does hold about $7.5 million worth of puts. Nut Tree Capital Management owns about $4.5 trillion or $4.5 million. Group 1 Trading about $4.2 million. HAP Holdings about $3.5 million. EMG Holdings about $3.2 million. Pentwater Capital Management $2.7 million. Simplex Trading $2.1 million. Citadel Advisors at about $1.5 million. IMC Chicago at about $1.44 million, and Jane Street Group at $1.1 million. It's essential to highlight that while some of these funds are making bearish bets on AMC through derivatives, this doesn't necessarily indicate pessimism about the company's performance. Many of these funds also maintain bullish positions on AMC at the same time. Several large hedge funds have adopted the strategy of diversifying their assets and using a straddle approach. This involves the simultaneous purchase of both calls and put options on the same stock, each with the same expiration date and strike price. Through this strategy, funds create a position that is more insulated from directional risk. In the event of a significant move in either direction, potential gains from one leg of the straddle can offset losses from the other. Sequoia International Group, which holds the largest number of puts on AMC, also maintains nearly 4 times as many call positions on AMC. This implies that it is currently a net long fund. Other funds at the forefront of bearish bets against AMC, such as Group 1 Trading and Simplex Trading, also have more calls than puts on AMC. And look at Sequoia, 27 million worth of puts. Vanguard, 13.6 million worth of stock. Group 1 Trading at 11 million shares worth of call position. Simplex Trading, 4.2 million. Hap Trading, 3.7 million. Insane. The second largest fund with bearish bets on AMC, Nut Tree Capital Management, predominantly holds put positions. This makes it the primary bearish fund on AMC at the moment. This position began in Q3 2023 with the fund holding 4.4 million puts on AMC. Another noteworthy mention is Citadel Advisors, managed by Ken Griffin. This fund has more bearish positions in AMC compared to calls, positioning it as a net short fund in AMC. It's important to note that such positions comprise only 0.01% of Citadel's portfolio. So a lot of these positions very small relative to some of their actual portfolio sizes. While not appearing in the top 10, the fund that exposes the most significant portion of its portfolio to bets against AMC is EMG Holdings. This fund holds 3.2 million puts on the cinema chain company, corresponding to 5.64% of its assets. In the last quarter, the fund had approximately 11.2% of its net assets short in AMC. AMC bears are beating the bulls, but not by much. AMC currently holds short interest equivalent to 11.5% of its float. This percentage reflects a significant increase of about 38% compared to the period from the beginning of November to the beginning of December. During that time, short sellers realized 7.2 million in mark-to-market profits, with short interest totaling 169 million worth of shares. Despite the rapid rise in short interest, Q3 witnessed a notable shift in the mindset of institutional investors toward AMC, signaling an increase in bullish sentiment. This shift is evident in the tone on Wall Street, with analysts like Chad Bainan of Macquarie expressing the view that AMC is returning to a fundamental stock status. Bainan forecasts a $9 price target, indicating an upside of 28% from the stock's value as of December 6th. Now, that's important to know. You want to see AMC actually start trading on some of its fundamentals, because the fundamentals have been improving, although you do have this dilution problem that we continue to see. The fundamentals are improving, so that should be good for AMC's share price directly, but there will always be this aspect of meme stock with AMC, at least for the foreseeable future. When the stock does start to run, you're going to get a lot more people betting for or betting against AMC. That can work, to the Bulls' favor. That can work to the Bears' favor. Why do you think AMC has collapsed the way that it has? It's not because it's just normal stock. If any other stock did this, they probably wouldn't be down like 98% from all-time highs, right? This has kind of exacerbated this downside move. At least that's what it seems like to me. So that upside move could also be furthermore exaggerated, if you'll say so myself. I don't think I'm saying that right, but bear with me. Doesn't matter. You guys get the idea. Now let's take a look at the short position currently on AMC stock. Keep in mind, I don't think these numbers are accurate at all. I think it's a couple 100% short for AMC currently. You have a short interest percentage of free flow at 10.04%, $135.36 million worth of short positions in AMC. Days to cover 0.91, 19.85 million shares that are currently sold short. Shares out on loan 11.37 million. Cost to borrow 1.13%, utilization 26.33%, and a short score of 53.4 out of 100. So not the most impressive numbers here, obviously, but not something to get too worked up about as well. If you're in alignment with me, then I think the short interest could be hundreds of percents. It doesn't make sense how this has all played out, and I will not accept that personally, but come to your own conclusions. Now, on Friday, you had two orders totaling $201.73 thousand with a positive order value of 74%. So some pretty bullish trades that you did see on Friday. So that is going to go ahead and do it for this video. Again, I just want to remind you guys, I think there's two ways that we do see a squeeze-like event. The one way is, things just keep kind of going how we're going. We start to see the fundamentals improve. Maybe AMC dilute shareholders, not as much or not as often, and you do get just some good news and attention comes back into our markets, liquidity, the stock goes higher that way. Second way is just liquidity comes back into our markets as rates go lower in 2024. I think that can give you a double or triple from here. Now, any good news, shorts actually covering, that's where you can rise dramatically from there. But I think even in the worst case scenario for 2024, I mean, it looks it looks like AMC should do well, all things considered, as dollars go into IWM or Russell 2000 names. Some of those dollars are going into AMC as well, just by default. So that could be important as well. That is going to go ahead and do it for this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.